Hey guys, welcome to Gauntlet's Race Mod, and today we are going over the Minbari again. Only I'm done now, and I'm done because I can't work on them anymore. I'm really frustrated with working on this ship set. So that is to say that I am a coward and running away from my responsibilities of shipmaking. Little bit, yeah. So some of these ships came out beautifully. And some of them, personally, I think look like crap. Or at least by my standards, they look like crap. Maybe you guys like them, and that's, hey, good. Um, Maybe crap's too strong a word, but I'm not totally happy with the set. But I do need to move on, and I've been sort of filling out pre-existing ship sets for 2 months. I really am jonesing to just get going on some new designs, completely fresh. So I'm wrapping this up today, and we are moving on. So the Minbari, if you're not aware, are a cool race from the show Babylon 5, and if you have not seen Babylon 5, you need to go and watch Babylon 5. Like right now. Like stop listening, go watch Babylon 5. That was a fantastic show, and every real sci-fi geek should really be at least acquainted with it, in my opinion. At any rate, some of these ships came out really well, and some of these are from the TV show. But the TV show really only had 4 or 5 models. Then you had all sorts of people online and many different game systems, such as miniature wargaming, fill in some of those gaps in terms of like how many types of ships they might have. So I use them as references. And a few of these ships had to be original to fulfill the role. But yeah, overall we got a decent variety. So starting off, we have the Niall Heavy Fighter. This is a classic from the TV show. This is your tiny main ship. I'll also note this set doesn't have a ton of variety, simply because in the show, in every depiction, the Minbari just have beam weapons. They never really show you using a missile, using even a pulse, or anything other than just a straight-up laser beam slice you in half. We're done here. If a Minbari doesn't laser you, it's because he's waiting to knife you, as far as I could tell, or hit you with a pike. And it's not a real pike; it's actually a stick. Yeah, never got that. But most of the time, it's going to be a laser beam, and I'm not depicting knives. I'm just not doing it. You know. So there you go. That's the fighter. I like the fighter. Fighter came out great. All right, here's their scout ship. Now in the show and every source material I could find, this is called a Minbari flyer, whereas every other ship they ever have has a weird, goofy name. So Delenn, a character from the show, has one of these, and it's named the Zalen, Z-H-A-L-E-N. So that is what I am naming the class. It's a Zalen class scout. Okay. I made up a variant of the Niall. This is a bomber. It's got some bigger energy cannons. It's got different wing formation. And we're naming it after Lanier, because Lanier deserves a ship. Alright, that's it for the tinies. Moving on to the smalls. First up, you got a wing of the Niall, of course, because it's iconic, so we're going to reuse that. And then we have the Rasa Corvette. This is a ship based on a 3D model someone made online. By someone, the guy's name is Ross, or at least his handle is. So it didn't have an official designation, as far as I could tell, so just named it after him. And, I mean, I think it fits. Then we have the Leandra. This is an obscure ship from the pilot Legend of the Rangers, which wasn't very good and definitely wasn't a success. Babylon 5 spinoff. I hate this. I hate this model, and if you build it, I recommend that you immediately fly it into a suicide mission, because that's A, what they did in the pilot show, and B, because it's an ugly model in the show and it's an ugly model in the game. Ugly equal ugly. Could I have made it pretty? Sure. It wouldn't look anything like this. Wouldn't look anything like this when I was done. It's actually pretty accurate. I just don't like it. It's got this weird Cyclops laser thing going on in the middle and whatever. There you go. That's being used as a small explorer class ship. Alright, and then we have the Trolligan. Now, at first I was like, the Trolligan? And I'm like, is that a Minbari ship? It doesn't quite look like a Minbari ship. It doesn't look like a fish. But, you know, in retrospect, it's a Minbari ship. It is fish-like. It's just, it's a troglodyte shape, so to speak. And, yeah, it's grown on me. It's grown a lot on me, actually. And this is from one of the miniature games, I believe, invented this ship. So, yep, there you go. That's a small craft. And that was actually two of them together as a medium hull. So moving on to the mediums. We also have the Tarotha. This is another one I think is from a miniature game. And yeah, pretty happy with this. I think it came out fine. And then we have the Tanashi. Now the Tanashi did show up in the actual show, and I think it's one of the better models I made for these guys. All the ones based on the show came out great. All the ones based on just online art didn't come out that well, and I'm not certain why. So the good news is, you know, if you want to stick to just the show, you want to be canon when you play with these guys, well then, that's easy. Just use the same model and throw the weapons on. And you don't have to use the other variants. Okay, and that's really it for the medium. We also did a big squadron of Niles for another medium size. Okay, cargos. Cargos kept it really simple. They're really all the same models, just some different fins. Maybe a colony dome for windows on one of them to make it clear that it's a colony ship. Nothing exciting here, and if I get more time, I'll come back and flesh out the cargo hulls, make them better. Alright, then we get to the larges. We'll start with this. A little-known ship called the Valen shows up in Babylon 5 The Lost Tales as a Interstellar Alliance presidential transport. I am going with that is a retrofitted ship for the presidential transport. Its official designation is it's a Minbari ship that is a large class fighter carrier. So that's my little excuse, and I think this ship came out great. Again, anything I could model after the show, I think came out pretty well, because the show had pretty good design aesthetic. Yep. Okay. Did a variant on that, just as a bigger one with guns. So that helps flesh out the large models for a little more variety. Just changes the wing format again and guns. So, yep, happy with that too. Alright. And then, of course, we have the big boy, the best, the Charlene Warcruiser. I mean, the Minbari ship. And I'm really happy that this came out perfect. Because if you can't get this ship right, just doesn't matter. You don't have the Minbari then. So I'm really happy. I think this ship came out perfectly. Maybe it's just a matter of I need to go back and spend more time, or frankly be more creative. Stop trying to replicate and copy other ships, because I think I can make some pretty good Minbari designs if I spend a little more time and just doing it on my own, not trying to do somebody else's ship. Alright. Now, for the huges, I started by trying to replicate a ship called the Mortian Carrier. It didn't work. I ended up with this mutant giant fat warfish, and I like it, and I think it works. So I kept it. This is the carrier one. Man, the Babylon 5 music in the background is really doing well today. I like it. Alright. And then the alternate to this adds a lot of the Charlene's bits and big fins, and this is the true warfish, or maybe it's a war piranha. But I am calling this the Shakiri Dreadnought. Shakiri was a villain from the show. He was from the warrior cast of the Minbari. He's more or less instigated a civil war, and he wussed out at the end and didn't sacrifice his life so that his faction could win. Coward. And yeah, I thought he's a thoroughly despicable character, and that's kind of the quality you want in a Dreadnought. Despicable, I suppose. So there you go. Those are all the different Minbari ships. Real quick, if we go into the designer, there we go. Here are all the different names. Some of these I had to make up, but yeah, they're pretty cool. Pretty cool naming going on there. In the mod itself, these will be called the, quote, Minzari, and they won't have a Minbari picture, because this is not a Babylon 5 mod. If I decide to do a Babylon 5 mod, don't worry, these will be in there and probably be better. And then also, if anyone is out there doing a Babylon 5 mod, feel free to reach out to me and let me know, and I'd happily contribute these ships to the cause. Alrighty, next up, we will hopefully do some a whole new ship set using some cool crystal designs, and that'll be fun. July approaches, and really excited for version 1.1. I'm really hoping we get that in the, say, mid-July as opposed to late July, but hey, you never know. And I'm generally of the feeling that, hey, if they need to take their time to get it right, let them get it right. But as soon as 1.1 comes out, I will work night and day, except for the days that I work, to finish up the mod, finish up all the files, and get this published. There's definitely enough material that I will publish with or without any of the other races that I have planned. It should release with between 8 to 10 races in the mod, so really excited about that. Alright, thank you for listening, guys, and you have a great day, and please subscribe if you enjoy it, and I'll see you soon.